Hey everyone, welcome back to the JavaScript Full Course. This is your one-stop guide to learning JavaScript for beginners. If you're new here and haven't set up your JavaScript environment yet, so don't worry, basically link a setup video at the end of the screen so you can follow along. Before we get started, a quick note, you can join the channel as a member to unlock exclusive perks and support future tutorials. And you find this lesson helpful, you can also show your support with the super thanks found on the three dots below. Every bit helps to keep this free learning series alive. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand dynamic typing in JavaScript, but you'll also see how to check variable types by using typeof keyword, which is another keyword in JavaScript. You will also be able to discover hidden pitfalls that trips up newbies or beginners, and you get to learn pro tips to avoid mistakes, bugs in your code. So stick around because these pitfalls will surprise you while you are building your code. In many programming languages like Java or C#, when you create a variable, you must lock it into a specific type. So for example, as you know, that a variable is just a container or a box. So if you put apples inside or type apple, then what's going to happen? You would expect the variable or the container or the box will only contain apples. But with the technology using JavaScript, it has its own behavior. Instead, these boxes or variables are like magical boxes that can change depending on what you put inside. So if today it's holding apple, then tomorrow it will maybe holding oranges. So as you put back or put in an apple, you can basically return back another type, which is an orange. So today it may be holding text, then tomorrow a number, then later on true or false type variable or boolean. A same box containing different content, and that's what we call dynamic typing in JavaScript. The type of the variable is determined during runtime, meaning runtime when the program runs, not before. This is one of the reasons JavaScript is called a loosely typed language, unlike Java or C# are called strongly typed. So where you declare the type of the language prior to the variable name. So as an example, in C# you put string first, then the name of the variable, then the data. So for example, Bill. But in JavaScript, it doesn't work like that. So we use the let or the var keyword to basically assign and process and identify the variable type provided on the right hand value of the variable. So right now it's showing a squiggly line. So let us move to any in-scope application to get the latest JavaScript version. So if you have not followed along, I fully suggest to watch setting up your JavaScript development environment. So for you to follow along on the different terminologies we've been using in relation to today's lesson. So in this example, the variable dot starts as a string with my name, then we reassign it to a number, and finally to a boolean, which is on true or false value. JavaScript will not complain and how exactly dynamic typing works. It's flexible. Sometimes it can cause confusion because of the amount of changes. Now I will be adding more examples, and you can run the script on your dev environment to see the behavior of these examples. And as we add more code, this is where your typeof operator becomes your best friend. It lets you check the type of any variable in real time. So first we assign a string on line 13, and the typeof keyword will tell us it's a string. Then we assign a number and it shows number. And finally, a boolean and the keyword typeof as we print it will confirm it. So this feature set that we're showing is super useful for debugging and understanding what is really happening in your code. And if you're enjoying this JavaScript tutorial, don't forget you can join the channel as a member for more exclusive content, or send a super thanks if you'd like to support these free lessons. Now, let's look at some common mistakes with dynamic typing that beginners often run into. So as I paste this example, this is where things get tricky. Add a number to a string on line 22. JavaScript will not do the math for you. Instead, it combines them like text. So instead of 15, get a 105. And this is what we call string concatenation. Then on line 24, if we use typeof, it confirms that the result is actually a string, not a number. And this is a classic beginner mistake in JavaScript. And I'll give you another surprise on this example on line 26. And here's the plot of twist. If you are subtracting instead of a plus, JavaScript actually converts the string into a number and performs the math for you. So you get 15 and the type is number. And this is why dynamic typing is powerful but unpredictable if you don't fully understand it. So let me run the script to give you a full view of the outcomes of these examples. So to give you a heads up to avoid headaches when coding, always keep track of what type of value your variable should hold. Use typeof regularly, especially when debugging. Be careful when mixing strings and numbers, and use comments in your code to remind yourself of your expected data types. To recap, JavaScript is dynamically typed, which means the type of a variable can change at runtime depending on the value you assign. This flexibility makes it beginner friendly, but also introduces surprises. The typeof operator is your go-to tool for checking variable types and avoiding mistakes. If you find this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe, and keep watching the JavaScript Full Course playlist link at the end of the screen. Furthermore, if you want to learn the ServiceNow platform, which we are using as our development environment, you can watch the full playlist of ServiceNow Developer Administration Fundamentals, also found at the end of the screen. And don't forget, you can join as a member for exclusive perks or show support with the super thanks. Thanks for tuning in, and let's keep coding together.